Hello, you're watching QPVN News. I'm Anh Tuấn and here's the headlines. Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng book on Vietnam's cultural values debuts. Vietnam implements defense cooperation activities with partners. 10th International Yoga Day celebrated in Hanoi. On June the 21st in Hanoi, President Tô Lâm hosted separate receptions for the new ambassadors of Nicaragua, Iceland, Turkmenistan and Cyprus, who came to present their credentials. Receiving Nicaraguan Ambassador Mario Jose, the president said that Vietnam welcomes Nicaragua's decision to open its embassy in Vietnam and wishes to strengthen and expand friendly relations and cooperation with Nicaragua on the basis of traditional solidarity, common view on international issues, and common interest in national construction and development. For his part, the ambassador pledged to coordinate with relevant agencies of Vietnam to foster friendship and cooperation in all spheres, as well as promote mutual understanding between the people of the two countries. At the reception for the Icelandic ambassador, President Lâm proposed that the two sides should strengthen political trust and discuss measures to promote bilateral cooperation in fields of mutual interest, especially trade and investment. He also wanted the two countries to enhance collaboration and mutual support at multilateral organizations and mechanisms, especially the United Nations. Thanking the Vietnamese president, Ambassador Isman pledged to report to the Icelandic government to submit to the parliament for endorsing FTA negotiations in Vietnam, thereby promoting the growing economic and trade cooperation between the two countries. Meeting Turkmenistan ambassador, President Tô Lâm suggested that the two countries continue to promote and strengthen delegation exchanges at all levels in both bilateral and multilateral frameworks to enhance trust and mutual understanding, creating a foundation for specific cooperation in the areas of strength of both sides. Appreciating the president's warm reception, the ambassador pledged to deepen relations between the two countries. Receiving Cypriot ambassador, President Tô Lâm called on both sides to coordinate to effectively take advantage of the Vietnam-EU Free Trade Agreement to promote bilateral trade exchange, facilitating economic recovery and growth. He also urged Cyprus to ratify the Vietnam-EU Investment Protection Agreement to facilitate bilateral trade and investment exchange. He also asked for Cyprus support for the removal of the EC's yellow card imposed on Vietnamese seafood. For his part, the Cypriot ambassador expressed his belief that the two countries still have many opportunities for cooperation in trade, investment, energy, education and tourism. On June the 21st in Hanoi, the Party Central Committee's Commission for Information and Education, Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism, and Truth National Political Publishing House jointly held a ceremony to launch the book entitled Building and Developing an Advanced Vietnamese Culture, Rich in National Identity, authored by Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng. Presiding over the ceremony was Standing Secretary of the Secretariat Lương Cường, head of the Party Central Committee's Commission for Information and Education Nguyễn Trọng Nghĩa, and Minister of Culture, Sports and Tourism Nguyễn Văn Hùng. The book includes 92 articles, speeches, talks, notes, interviews and letters written by Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng on building and developing Vietnamese culture. Divided into three parts, the book conveys profound messages from the party leader to the staff of officials, party members, intellectuals, scientists, artists and officials in culture sector with a view to promoting the intelligence of people from all walks of life in developing theory and summarizing practices on building and developing Vietnamese culture and people, meet the country's sustainable development requirements. Speaking at the ceremony, head of the party's Central Committee's Commission for Information and Education, Ngoai, suggested party committees and organizations at all levels translate the book's contents into reality in a creative and appropriate manner, based on their practical conditions and assigned functions, while developing party Congress documents at all levels towards the 14th National Party Congress. On June the 21st, Senior Lieutenant General Hoàng Xuân Chiến, Deputy Minister of National Defense, received Colonel Derai Kotwal, Indian Defense Attaché to Vietnam, and Colonel Willie Set and Mansell, Philippine Defense Attaché to Vietnam. At the meeting with Colonel Derai Kotwal, Indian Defense Attaché to Vietnam, General Chiến proposed Colonel Derai Kotwal continue to coordinate closely with the Department of Foreign Relations under the Ministry of National Defense of Vietnam and relevant agencies and units of India to effectively deploy cooperative activities in the last 6 months of 2024, with priority given to defense policy dialogue at deputy ministerial level. Military consultation, 5th joint military exercise for UN peacekeeping operations in India. Receiving Colonel Ulysses at Mansell, Senior Lieutenant General Hoàng Xuân Chiến suggested the guest coordinates closely with the Department of Foreign Relations of Vietnam and relevant agencies and units of the Philippines to effectively materialize cooperative activities in the last 6 months of 2024, including promoting the supplementation of cooperation mechanisms, strengthening cooperation between the two countries' Army Corps and services and Coast Guard troops of both sides, and promoting the signing of cooperation documents in areas with great potential. On June the 21st in India, exchange activities between Vietnamese and Indian young officers officially kicked off. The delegation of young officers of the Vietnam People's Army worked at the College of Military Engineering in Pune City. The delegation was briefed up on the relationship between Vietnam and India, the process of developing the college since 1943, as well as the training models and programs at the school. Over the past 75 years since its inception, the school has trained cadets at different military ranks who have been equipped with solid technical knowledge backgrounds serving the Indian military as well as militaries of some other countries. The two sides exchange experience while discussing similarities and differences in training, thereby enhancing mutual understanding between the youth of the two militaries. The representative of the Vietnamese delegation expected that based on the fruitful defense cooperation between the two countries in recent times, the school would provide more scholarships for young officers of the Vietnam People's Army, contributing to strengthening cooperation in education and training between the two militaries. The delegation also visited the Faculty of Combat Engineering, the Faculty of Geospatial Sciences, and the Sailing Training Center, where they were introduced to some of the school's high-tech science products. This annual exchange program between young officers of the two countries has contributed to cultivating the friendly relationship and comprehensive strategic partnership between the two countries. In the next few days, many practical activities will be organized. This is an opportunity for young military officers of the two countries to enhance mutual understanding and exchange experiences in performing the missions. Thuộc Thủy, QPVN reporter from Pune Cities, India. Ho Chi Minh's thought is a precious theoretical legacy of the entire party and people. It is a beacon illuminating the path to realize the goals of national independence and socialism. Over the time, the views and thoughts of President Ho Chi Minh have increasingly affirmed their values and everlasting vitality in the new era. Upon clarifying this topic, on June the 21st, the Ho Chi Minh National Academy of Politics organized a scientific workshop themed Main Issues on Orientation, Approach, Content, and Research Methods on the Application and Creative Development of Ho Chi Minh's thought in party inspection, supervision, and discipline work in the new context. At the workshop, experts and scientists analyzed the limitation and existing issues in party building work, thereby proposing solutions to promote research, application and development of Ho Chi Minh's thought on party building in general and party inspection, supervision and discipline work in particular. The workshop took place when the party's Central Committee is preparing for its 14th National Congress and in the context of Vietnam achieving great and historic achievements after nearly 40 years of renewal. The workshop also provides several scientific bases to build a truly clean and strong party, leading the country to develop quickly and sustainably in the coming years. Coming up next, 10th International Yoga Day celebrated in Hanoi. Swan Lake Ballet's performance puts on new coat. Recently in Hanoi, the 10th International Yoga Day took place with the theme Yoga for Self and Society. The event was organized by the Embassy of India in Vietnam in coordination with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism of Vietnam. In his opening speech, Indian Ambassador to Vietnam Sandeep Arya expressed his appreciation for Vietnam's enthusiastic contributions in promoting yoga. At the event, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of Vietnam Nguyễn Minh Hằng also expressed her joy at being present at the event, marking a decade since the United Nations chose June the 21st every year as International Yoga Day, considering this an activity to honor the spirit of practicing for health and connecting the community. The program opens with the traditional oil lamp lighting ceremony, also known as Deepa, symbolizing the victory of good over evil, according to Indian customs. Then nearly 1,000 participants performed a popular yoga protocol for 40 minutes and enjoyed an artistic yoga performance from the Vietnam Yoga Federation. The event is a vivid demonstration of the recent comprehensive strategic partnership between Vietnam and India, contributing to strengthening the strong relationship between the two countries. The ballet Swan Lake has captivated audiences worldwide for over a century. In Vietnam, the ballet was premiered in 1985 and then performed for the second time in 2019. After 5 years, the swans in Tchaikovsky's classic ballet can once again spread their wings on the stage of Hanoi Opera House. In this comeback, most of the ballerinas have only been on the scene for 2 to 3 years, but have brought new colors to the play.
The Swan Lake is one of the classic ballets of all time written by the genius composer Tchaikovsky. Following the story, audiences can listen to the tragic love story between Prince Siegfried and Princess Odette, along with the profound metaphorical meanings of good and evil behind the ballet dances. With thorough preparation, the swans of Vietnam National Opera and Ballet have spread their wings and immersed themselves in music, offering a satisfying and emotional performance. Its performance is different from each other. This time, the play is directed with many new aspects and performed by young but enthusiastic ballerinas. The success of the play comes from efforts of the whole crew as well as their thorough preparation. With 3 nights of performances, dancers from the Vietnam National Opera and Ballet conquered the audience with beautiful and perfect synchronization in each movement. Every dance step of artists exudes passion and tireless efforts to bring ballet art closer to the audience. I think classic ballet should not only target older audiences, it should be directed so that young people can enjoy it too. Today, I have my grandkids coming with me. The return of the Swan Lake Ballet aims to meet the desire to enjoy fine art of Vietnamese audiences.
This is the end of the QPVN News today. Remember to watch our news again at qpvn.vn. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.